Ramadan ini dengan penuh takwa dan tawaduk. Syukur Ramadan TV2.
Hi, welcome everyone. Good afternoon. And yes, Hello on 2 comes to you with a fantastic show this Wednesday. Annie, Constantine and Double D in the studios today. Of course, I'm going solo right now, but the other two are going to be talking to you about the World Cup and what has happened yesterday or this morning. Absolutely crazy. It's just a terrible, terrible thing for a lot of Brazilian fans. In fact, Double D,
Hi.
You're not doing too good today, are you?
I am not. Looks like everyone's going to be taking it out on me today, huh, Eddie?
Yes.
Not only you,
Yes.
Constantine.
Yeah, I got a question for Double D because he's a huge fan of Brazil. The question would be, what happened?
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
1 to Brazil, 7 to Germany. I tell
Exactly.
you know what? Probably the one goal was a courtesy goal, man.
Right.
Honestly, no one saw these things happening, and when the Germans put one ball behind the net, 1-0 is still all right, acceptable. They're hoping and praying that they will equalize and take it to extra time and maybe a penalty shootout, but that didn't quite happen now, did it?
And it was just so shocking because it all happened within 30 minutes. It was already 5-0, and it continued on to the next, second half. And wow, 7. I really didn't expect that. I was expecting the Germans to be a bit more, polite.
Polite, being nice.
Yeah, being nice to give them a little bit of face. But
Come on.
they did not.
Have you ever heard about a German being nice? When it comes to sporting events, they will go all out to bring it back home. And that's exactly what happened yesterday during the match between Brazil and Germany. These guys gave them a thrashing. Now, if you notice during the second half, right, that didn't quite happen. We were expecting another 5 goals maybe. But no, they were nice. Like what you said, only 2 goals were transpired.
Right.
The two of you. I know football is just crazy for guys, so I'm going to cut the two of you
Okay, carry on.
at the moment because
Okay.
Brazil with Germany, you know what, Double D? I want to know what your predictions are for the next one, but I'll
Alrighty.
catch you in a bit. Back to me again, yes. Don't worry, the football chatter will come back in, but before that, of course, we've got a couple of things running your way today. Fantastic show, 2282-8578-8579. Give us a call, talk to us. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to be talking about now. Ramadan, of course, is still on, and a lot of our brothers, Muslim brothers and sisters are fasting, and at the same time, some of them have a problem in terms of staying fit and healthy during Ramadan. So we are going to be talking about how you can stay fit and healthy. What is it that you can do? Actually go to the gym or do very basic exercises in the house for you to still have a beautiful Ramadan at the same time maintaining that gorgeous body. And besides that, we have something called cyber wellness. We have our guest from who's the head of youth development from Generasi Gemilang in the studio to tell us a little bit more on cyber wellness. You want to know this, much more right here on Hello On 2. Give us a call, Malaysia, 2282-8578-8579. Here's a shout out going to all you men and women who watched the show this morning. Tell me what your feeling is about this whole show. Double D's absolutely devastated. I want to know what you have to say. He's not even wearing the Brazil t-shirt, if you noticed. Now, one of the other things we want to also share very quickly with you is about the child abuse case. This is the child abuse case that happened in McCallum Street in Penang just recently, where the mother found numerous scars on her son, Yuvaraj, and they actually have found the suspects. Let me just read up a little bit. The mother, this is coming in from quote unquote the mother. I suspected something amiss when I asked about my son's condition, only to be told that he was being taken care of by another woman who I then called. I'm sure you would have read up a lot of this in the papers. The good news is they have found the suspect in this case. Now, Malaysia, once again, I mean, there's never enough time for us to tell you that it is very important if you do suspect anything in terms of child abuse, if you think someone isn't abusing a child, or if you see something right smack in front of you, do something about it. As a citizen, you can do something about it. All right, Malaysia. Right now, we're going to come back to you with those two guys chit-chatting about how sad the game was for some people. But meanwhile, stay with us, call us, talk to us. We'll see you soon.
3 bintang bola sepak dunia. Koko Pas. Sepanjang 13 Jun hingga 14 Julai. 32 pasukan, 32 hari sambutan dengan 3 cita rasa pilihan. Mari bersamba bersama Coco Pie dalam Bersama meraihkan pertarungan gergasi bola sepak dunia di TV1, TV2 dan TVI. Piala Dunia FIFA 2014 bersama Coco Pie, pie coklat dengan marshmallow.
Kopi Star semudahnya berasid. Tapi, kopiku LA Coffee memang sesuai untuk saya. Terutamanya ketika bersahur. Ia satu-satunya kopi keluarga saya.
Aroma istimewa, rasanya pun enak.
Sesuai untuk kami dan ia halal.
Untuk berbuka puasa, kopiku LA Coffee Ice memang sedap.
Saya pula suka kopiku LA Coffee yang panas.
Selamat berbuka puasa bersama kopi yang sesuai dengan anda.
Bersedia untuk kuis perlawanan bola sepak terbesar dunia. Kuis Sambaria. Dengan kuis mingguan dan kuis terkumpul untuk memenangi hadiah keseluruhan bernilai lebih RM60,000. Hadiah kuis mingguan, barangan Coca-Cola, jam tangan Alexander Christie dan figura istimewa daripada Line. Hadiah kuis terkumpul, hadiah utama, sebuah skuter Modenas Elegance 200cc. Hadiah kedua, sebuah motosikal Modenas A115. Hadiah ketiga, sebuah motosikal Modenas EFI. Hadiah keempat dan kelima, 2 set teater rumah. Manakala hadiah keenam dan ketujuh, 2 buah TV LCD 40 inci. Rasai kehangatan Piala Dunia FIFA ini bersama RTM, Rio to Malaysia. Mari bersamba!
Good afternoon to you. You're watching, of course, Hello On 2 with Constantine Annie. And right here by my side, we got Double D. It's the World Cup FIFA 2014 segment. And let me just sing Double D his favorite song. It's Brazil.
La 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 la.
Well, that's it.
La 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 lari balik rumah. Well, they can't pretty much go home because they are the host nation and Brazil it is.
Of course.
It was a very sad and devastating match. The first of the semi-final between Brazil and Germany, of course. Fans were heartbroken. They were seen leaving the stadium after the first half. 5-0 is something which you can't salvage, man. Not in your wildest dreams.
Exactly. And a few of the shots, you know those honey shots that they would normally show?
Is that what you just coined it?
Yep.
A honey shot?
A honey shot, right?
Oh.
Where you get the camera is moving towards those beautiful
Honeys?
girls in the crowd. And this time you don't see them screaming, smiling out of excitement, but they're like crying. I mean, it just looks so sad.
Well, if you're tuning in right now, you've missed out on the beautiful match that actually took place this morning. What a thrashing the Germans gave the Brazilians. We've actually got a quick recap of all the goals. We've got 7-1. One courtesy goal that was allowed to find its way behind the German net.
Exactly. And the biggest name I would have to say would be, what's that guy's name again? The one who played for Germany.
What, you mean talking about Miroslav Klose?
Yep, that's the guy right
Who's closer towards
here.
the World Cup?
Exactly. And wow, right now he's holding the record for, being one of the, having scored the most after Ronaldo.
Yes,
Am I
most
right?
number of goals at the tournament, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, all these goals, Müller came in with a beautiful first goal at the 11th minute. And then we had Klose coming in at 23rd. Cruz scored the other 2 goals in the 24th minute and also the 26th minute. And then Khedira came in with a nice shocker in the 29th. Now, we thought that was it. But no.
It just continued on.
Second half, we had, how to pronounce his name? These Germans have got funny signs there, but Schuller, 69 and also 79 minute. And the Brazilian managed to find its way through Oscar in the 90th minute, the one last dying minute.
Exactly.
Like what you mentioned, Constantine,
Yep.
the referee did not actually allow for extra time.
Yep.
That would just make the situation worse.
Now, Double D, I don't mean to add salt to the wound for you this afternoon, but, the topic discussed this morning was, it appeared as if the Germans were playing futsal with Brazil.
Foot dog.
Futsal, yeah.
Well, it looks like the Germans were actually playing the true samba game because
It was a
everyone
1-2-1-2.
Yes,
you know?
banking on Neymar alone wasn't just the deal, but all the superstars, one team, everybody wants to score the goal, everybody wants to get themselves ranked in the top scorer list, but that wasn't quite the scenario with the Germans.
Exactly. Now, since you mentioned Neymar, do you think if Neymar was still in the picture, would he be able to, change the whole situation that we saw this morning?
You mean making a difference as
Yeah.
Neymar was on the pitch together
Yep.
with his fellow teammates?
Exactly.
I doubt it. What the Germans are probably going to do is actually corner him and not allow him to dribble the ball past the defense line. Now, the defense line was quite set. Now, as you can see, Neymar here is going through some physiotherapy, recovering, but he was devastated himself. But having said that, do you actually catch the defense line of the Brazilian team actually eyeing the ball instead of going for the ball?
Wow. It's just crazy. They were just looking at it as if, you know, they were just too shocked after what had happened. You know what I mean?
They just didn't know how to comprehend. Now, not only that, the fans who were there at the stadium pretty much left. They suffered. Their emotions alone.
They were jeering as well.
And even here in Kuala Lumpur, in Malaysia, a lot of mamak stalls to be exact. After the first half, everybody
left.
balik.
Yeah.
They lost business. They couldn't sambung. Nothing. No extra time. No penalty shootout. Would have gone till 7:30 in the morning. Nothing of that sort happened.
Right. No, because there was just no competition. So, you know, people just felt like it was a ridiculous match to watch. That's what some of my friends told me.
You know what, Cons? I've been telling the viewers since the day FIFA kicked off. It's going to be a Germany-Netherlands final. So tomorrow, we're going to be seeing the Dutch take on the Argentine.
If you ask me,
yes,
it's the Argentine that I'm rooting for.
Well, one South American team should find its way to the finals of the FIFA World Cup.
Yep.
Otherwise, it'd be nice to watch Brazil take on Argentina in the third, fourth placing match, which quite doesn't count, but we shall still look forward to it.
Right. Now, speaking of Brazil, Scolari, the coach, apologizes to his country. Coach Luis Felipe Scolari has apologized to fans for failing to lead the host to the World Cup final, saying the catastrophic defeat to Germany marks the worst day of his professional career, his professional life. Now, Scolari took full responsibility for the team's humiliating 7-1 loss on Tuesday and said he knows that it's very likely he will always be remembered for what happened at the Mineirão Stadium. Now, Scolari said that despite the disappointment, life must go on for everybody. Sad.
To redeem themselves, maybe Copa America, Brazil can do some justice to themselves. Or wait for 4 years, Brazilian fans, and then maybe they might just bring the cup back home.
Exactly.
Like what you mentioned, Scolari sudah lari.
Yep, Scolari sudah lari. What to do lah?
Well, now our focus, our attention is going to be on the match between the Dutch and also the Argentine, which is going to be taking place early in the morning at 4 o'clock. You can catch it live over TVI and also TV2, if I'm not mistaken, on TV1.
Exactly. And, well, what's your take on it?
I would like to see a Dutch, an all-European finish. A Germans taking on the Dutch, of course. As the Dutch is going to be training very hard.
Okay.
Because, like what you mentioned, too many superstars. Can, because Robin is there, Van Persie is there, superstar players.
Lionel Messi?
That's on the other side. Then you got on the sideline, extra time. What you do is, or during halftime, have a little demonstration match. Bring Barcelona to show them how it's done. Bring all these guys together and say, this is how football is supposed to be made. But otherwise, Dutch fans, bring your orange outfits, all getting geared up. And of course, tonight is the night. After this, 2 more matches, then we're going to be suffering from World Cup withdrawal symptoms.
Exactly. Well, I guess that's all for our segment. We call it the World Cup FIFA 2014. Congratulations to Germany for destroying Brazil 7-1. I'm sorry for having to use that, but it is appropriate to use that term.
Destroyed? They buried them, laid the stone with a tombstone, say goodbye, bye, good night, bye-bye.
Exactly. Well, that's it from Double D and Constantine. We'll see you right here on Hello On 2 with more topics to be discussed on this lovely Wednesday.
To mark the arrival of the holy month of Ramadan and the approaching Hari Raya Aidilfitri, Tesco Stores Malaysia Sdn Bhd launched the Kasih Ramadan program. Organised for the 4th consecutive year, Kasih Ramadan is a charitable program by Tesco that aims to give back to the community and underprivileged, especially during the festive season. One of the key highlights of Tesco's Kasih Ramadan is the food collection program, which Tesco will organise at all 49 stores intended to benefit local charity homes and soup kitchens around the country. The program was in cooperation with the Department of Social Welfare and was launched by the Minister of Women, Family and Community Development. Each of Tesco's 49 stores has adopted a local charity or soup kitchen to provide the donated food items after a 3-week collection period beginning 28 June.
So it's an activity who is spread across 49 stores. In the 49 stores we are engaging with customers to collect food, and this food then gets donated to the charity homes across whole Malaysia. So we are trying to get roughly 500,000 ringgit food, and we already started by Tesco in a first donation where we gave 50,000 ringgit worth of food to the charity homes.
The program will provide a channel for members of the community and Tesco customers who would like to contribute food items to their local charity homes and soup kitchens. Tesco hopes to raise up to 500,000 ringgit worth of food items for the charity homes throughout this program. They gave a head start with a $50,000 worth of goods. Besides this, Tesco will also launch its Juice on Wheels program, which is a uniquely branded fresh juice distribution truck traveling across Malaysia to give out complimentary cups of fresh juice to the community at each of its stops. The truck will stop at 23 Tesco stores in the country, as well as police and fire brigade stations and various charity organizations. Over 60,000 cups of fresh juice are expected to be given out during this period in an effort to encourage healthy eating, especially during this fasting month.
And there you have it, our feature for today, one of it, that would be on Kasih Ramadan. And I hope you enjoyed the whole segment early on, World Cup FIFA 2014 with Double D. That guy, he's just so hilarious. And I kind of feel for him, especially since he is a Brazil fan.
It's so sad.
And,
He was just rooting for it and he was wearing that jersey the whole time.
And I actually helped him out, you know. I wore a Brazil jersey last week on Wednesday, but... You know, just to give him support, love. But,
I know,
you know.
but it's sad. But then again, you see, it's interesting that he's now rooting for someone else because he just wants to keep that spirit going.
Exactly. Well, you know, even Scolari said the same. Life must go on, so we must continue on with life. Don't, don't continue on sulking over...
Well, what Double D said was right. You know, after World Cup, it's another month of recuperating from World Cup.
Right. And of course, Hello On 2 continues on. And right now, we have our first topic for the day, and this would, of course, cover cyber wellness.
Cyber wellness. I mean, it's interesting. We're talking about wellness. We're also talking about getting fit and healthy later. So let's find out what cyber wellness is all about. We have with us Mr. Nick Fung, who's the head of youth development, Generasi Gemilang, to tell us a little bit more. Hi, Nick.
Hi. Thank you for having me on the show.
Welcome to the studio.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's jump in first. Now, I know there's two prongs to this. So before we start, tell us a little bit about what do you mean by cyber wellness?
Okay. Now, you know, when people go online, people typically talk about, security, safety, privacy of information. Now, that's all important. But when we talk about cyber wellness, it's a little bit more than that. You can be a safe user, but you could still be a very horrible person. So in cyber wellness, what we do is we like to encourage the positive use of internet, using the internet to encourage, to inspire others, rather than just to complain and gossip and spread sometimes things that are not true.
Exactly. I mean, we see a lot of these happening over social medias like Facebook, Twitter. You know, people just, they express themselves, but not in a good way. It would be mostly getting upset over something, like take, for example, complaining about having to get stuck in a long line over at a restaurant, etc., etc.
Or having a terrible boss, or they literally just thrashing out, venting out.
Yeah.
It's like their public diary.
Yep. And I think that's one of the things why at Generasi Gemilang we are very passionate about this program called Cyber Wellness, because exactly what you're just saying. What we are seeing when we engage or when we just talk to young people today, and also just looking at what's going on in the news and in the trends and the research out there, we're finding that the internet is actually how do I say this? It's actually influencing values and influencing character. So we need to do something to try to address that. We are seeing that really it is actually. Some of these influences are actually not quite negative. You were just talking about it. It's making people a little bit more introspective, more self-absorbed. They think that everything I say is important. They are also making people a little bit more irresponsible with what they say.
or using of the technology itself.
Exactly.
Now we noticed that this clips that we're seeing on the screen right now, it's all to do. I mean, those are workshops conducted, and you have conducted them with students, and that is exactly where you need to hit first. You know, just get to the grassroots first. How has that been in terms of response, or do you get any kind of response from the students saying, "Oh, you know what, I used to do that, but now at least I know what I'm not supposed to be doing"?
Yeah, I think like you said, because Generasi Gemilang is a not-for-profit organization that's really passionate about the next generation.
Okay.
So we know that the next generation, the up-and-coming generation, they're very fascinated with the cyber world. So we definitely want to make sure that we speak with them and tell them a little bit about what we know about these dangers, but at the same time try to kind of challenge them to use it in a positive way. So we do quite a fair bit of programs in the schools. Actually, in the past 4 years, we have been able to reach about 21,000 youths in about 41 schools.
21,000.
Yeah. And sometimes partly it's also when we are able to partner with like-minded organizations. So we've worked together with KBWKM, the Ministry of Women, Family and Welfare. We are also working with MDEC, Multimedia Development Corporation, to reach about 3,000 students.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
So you managed to accumulate this 21,000 followers within a span of how long?
Are we looking? 4 or 5 years, yeah.
4 or 5 years?
Yes,
wow.
yes.
Amazing.
That's amazing. That's very amazing. Let's talk about Generasi Gemilang itself. Maybe you can just highlight a little bit about Generasi Gemilang and what does Generasi Gemilang do, besides the fact that you actually do a lot of workshops with cyber wellness.
Sure. Generasi Gemilang is a not-for-profit welfare organization, and we just want to do our part to build a better nation, to build a stronger nation. And we know that in order for that to happen, two things. We focus on the next generation. We want the next generation to be exemplary. We also want to strengthen families. So a lot of our programs, whether it's in communities or in schools, will kind of hit these two groups of people.
Okay, now I have a question. Top 5 in your list that you would like to not see practiced by the next cyber generation, because right now we see a lot of like what we spoke about earlier. I mean, what are the top 5 things that you wish you would not
be
see
eradicated through this program
in the next cyber generation?
Sure. Because young people must know that when they go online, they actually wield tremendous power in their hands. So we want them to be able to use it positively. So things that we don't want to see, I think we want to see cyberbullying coming down.
Okay.
So just basically using technology to harass people, we want to see that coming down. We also want to see that, if you don't know it to be true, let's stop sharing that.
Yeah,
and let's stop
That's
spreading
true.
that, because we don't know whether it's true or not. So things like that. And then the other thing is, I think more than what we don't want to see, we really want to see more positive use, more people using it to encourage, to inspire, to share great stories.
Right.
And then to, if somebody deserves to be complimented, we compliment, so that it balances out what the others are doing.
Well, reaching the students is a good idea, because that's where you need to start with. However, parents play a very important role as well. Guardians, parents, they play a very important role. How do you now reach to them through this program?
Correct. Actually, in Cyber Wellness, we do have a program even for parents or even educators or adults that have young children in their care. Because we want to tell them, or we want to help them understand what is so fascinating with the online world. Why is it that the young person that they have in their home is always wanting to be glued to the device or on the internet, or playing games, or Facebook, Instagram. So help them to understand what's so fascinating. Next, give them some handles to be able to mentor them through this digital age. Because, like it or not, we're not running away from the internet. It's here to stay.
True.
Yep.
So we just have to be able to manage it.
Right. Just sort of sync it with your lifestyle,
Correct.
but not too much.
Correct. And make sure that a person is not sitting in front of a computer 24/7. But it's okay to go online, but then take time off. Please eat. Please have conversations
Go
with your
do
friends.
humanly stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That life is going on around you.
Exactly.
Not just online.
Not just living online, but the whole reality, it's just here, right? You
Exactly.
breathe the air and all that.
Yeah.
Now, about a week ago, I came across this one article. It was about how selfies are a new kind of
Disease.
disease.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your take on this?
I think it comes back to a point that I brought up earlier. I think social media use is actually causing us to be a little bit more self-absorbed, a
Right.
bit more narcissistic. And so we think that, so we can see, and I'm not surprised, that selfies fall into the category as well. I think if we take a picture and not enough people like it, somehow
You feel something.
It feels something,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
many people like it. We feel something as well.
My gosh.
So actually, and it shouldn't,
It's just you enjoying your picture.
Yeah, exactly.
But unfortunately, I think it's come to a point where if not many likes, you get many
Right.
likes, you tend to worry, oh no.
Some people tend to take the selfies too seriously.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, they go, is there something wrong with me?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I look
yeah.
good in this picture.
Exactly, and it
Right.
stretches into their self-esteem,
Right, and
self-esteem,
confidence, and
self-confidence.
yeah.
What
Sorry, go on.
What about cyber keyboard warriors, they call them?
Keyboard
What's
warriors.
your take on that? Keyboard warriors. You know, there's this one issue that people are discussing, and you know, they're just like, yeah, you know,
Commenting
typing
about
away.
everything and anything, yeah.
I think the reason why the keyboard warriors exist, they think that, you know, I can create a fake profile, or I'm behind a wall, so
Right.
nobody really knows who I am. I'm at my house, so I can say whatever I want. But actually, whatever you post, whatever you share, if you make a naughty picture and you send it out, actually it all can be. It's not deletable. I mean, so it's all it exists out there.
It's somewhere there.
So it can come back and bite you when you don't.
Exactly.
When you
don't
least
need-
expect
yeah,
it.
exactly.
That's right.
So-
Now, Nick, let's talk about your next project. For our viewers out there, for instance, parents out there watching us, or even youngsters who are watching us right now, if they want to know when your next workshop is, or where can you find the next workshop, because if you have public workshops, maybe you can just share that information with us.
Yeah, most of our workshops happen in schools
Okay.
or in organizations. So for the public or for a school that's interested in getting us in to share with whether it's the students or parents, they can go to our website, which is www.gengemilang, GENGEMILANG.org.
Okay.
And then they can just email us or contact us through that website.
So you have structured workshops for your request for people who are requesting then.
Correct. You would be able to see the different types of workshops that we have
Right.
that we can bring into a school, and they're all 1 hour long, so it's easy for a school to slot us in, and they can see the topics, the different topics, social networking,
Right.
gaming addiction,
Yep.
cyberbullying, pornography. Yeah.
Who are your instructors who actually go and do these talks? Or should I call them instructors, or are they speakers?
Yeah, they're trainers, and they're all young people, and they're all very passionate about technology use, but they're also passionate in the positive use of technology.
Okay.
One of in my team is actually a reformed gamer. He was a gaming addict, but
Wow,
he's
that
come
bad, huh?
through it. And that's a powerful story. He came through it, and now he's actually telling
Trying
his
to tell
experience.
people,
about
don't
it.
get into this.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. Amazing.
What is the statistics like? I don't know whether you know this, but what's the percentage like out there in Malaysia among youths in terms of gaming? Do we really have hardcore addicts out there?
Well, in terms of like hardcore gamers, actually, I don't think we know, and I've not seen any statistics
Right.
with regards to that. But the statistics that we have are mostly about who uses which social media platform and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Okay. Selfies are another one, aren't they?
Yep, exactly. Now, just real quick, gamers. We used to have this problem about mud rumpits and all that, but somehow we managed to twist things around and get these mud rumpits to do positive things. Like take, for example, place them onto proper circuits to race. Right? Is there any way that we could have these gamers who are right now really addicted to it, but we transform them into, I don't know, maybe gamers who would be flying unmanned aerial aircraft?
That's a tall order.
Yeah, I mean, in the future.
It could be a process, but I think what you're saying is it's an interesting approach, because one of the programs that we have is something called Game for Life.
Okay.
And actually, we have a small group of gamers who would come in, and we would take them using games, teaching them about life.
Oh.
So not necessarily like reforming them, but at least,
Right.
if you're playing, for example, Counter-Strike, which is a shooting game.
Yeah.
With that, we can teach a lot of things about aim, about goals, about resource management.
Targets, yeah.
So sometimes it's about the right teacher just teaching using just the tool that they use to teach them life. So it can be done.
Fantastic. All right. Good to know. Good to know.
Well, I guess if somebody wants to reach out to you, again, they go to your website,
Yep.
gengemilang.org. .my.
No, just
.org.
Yep.
And they can just call in and tell you, look, we want you to do a workshop.
Yes.
At a specific space for this many people. Do you have like a rough amount of people for the workshop, or is it open to?
Yeah, typically we found that between 100 to 150 people at one go is about the max, because why it facilitates learning and more engagement. It's interactive. We don't believe in sitting in front and just talking to like 1,000 people.
Right. They just sit down and watch.
They just listen and watch. And when you do, I'm very curious, when you do approach students with these kind of workshops, what's the reaction from the students? I mean, are they willing to listen to you, or do you have them actually zoning off after about, say, half an hour?
Enthusiastic?
You're going to get both, but most of the time they're very surprised that there's actually somebody talking about something that they like.
Right.
And then now we don't go in there telling them everything's wrong, but we go in there and we use what they're using, and then again teach from there. Just just have them think about, challenge them. So
get that mind thinking instead of just sitting in front of the computer. All right, so there you go. That's Nick Fung, Head of Youth Development, Generasi Gemilang, to tell you more about what you can do to help your child in terms of ensuring they don't get too addicted to cyber or even to the internet. It's good to be on the internet, but limited.
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. Nick, thank you so much for joining us this
afternoon. Thank you for having us.
It's great to having you in the studio with us.
I know.
Interesting
so,
conversation.
if you want to know more Malaysia, you can actually reach them at gengemilang.org. Get in touch with them. Find out if you can have a specific workshop that they can tailor-make for you and the people around you, and have it either in schools or even public places. They're willing to come and do this. And I think this is a very beautiful thing that you can actually impart to the younger generation who are getting a little bit too addicted to them.
Exactly. In a bit, we continue on with Hot Happening, and we have the Ramadan Food Galore. Right after, we're going to be having mystarjobs.com and some tips on how to, of course, get that dream job of yours. Stay right here.
Fancy a buka puasa buffet with a view of the city? Well, look no further than having your iftar at the 39 restaurant at PNB Derby Park. Located on, you guessed it, the 39th floor, diners get to savor a selection of more than 100 authentic Malaysian and international dishes throughout the whole month of Ramadan.
We're pricing it at 115 per person. The selection of menu is up here is mostly more to international. It's a combination of international and local, but more to international, meaning some oysters and whatnot, and pasta, spaghetti, and soup and all that. But also we have the local specialty, which is normally the fish head curry. You take it with the roti megali, and then of course you have a choice of the soup, lamb, beef, chicken, and whatnot. It's all freshly boiled here.
And these dishes are drawn from a range of popular recipes crafted and recommended by their chefs. For example, their signature dish, kari kepala ikan and roti bengali, is definitely not to be missed. It's a traditional Malaysian dish of fish head curry and must be eaten with authentic Indian bread.
Okay, for PNB Derby Park, we have two outlets. We serve Ramadan buffet. One is a 10 Binjai, one is a 39 restaurant. So for 39 restaurant, we go like international cuisine, mixture of 60% is a Malay, 40 Chinese, maybe Indian little bit. But one more outlet is a 10 Binjai. We serve 95% of Malay cuisine. So we cater for different market actually.
Choices, well, the area is about 100, more than 100, because we do not want to make it too much, because you want the quality. You can claim you have 500 choice, 400 choice, but quality, so we want to maintain the quality, be it Western or local.
The best part about dining on the 39th floor? The diners have a choice to dine either indoor or outdoor while enjoying the magnificent views of the Twin Towers and the KL Tower. And you will be serenaded by the in-house band with local and international tunes to entertain you while you enjoy your meals after a long fasting day. But if you are scared of heights, don't worry. The Ramadan buffet is also served at the 10 Binjai restaurant located on first floor.
Sepanjang 13 Jun hingga 14 Julai, 32 pasukan, 32 hari sambutan dengan 3 cita rasa pilihan. Mari bersamba bersama Coco Pai dalam Bersama meraihkan pertarungan gergasi bola sepak dunia di TV1, TV2 dan TVI. Piala Dunia FIFA 2014 bersama Coco Pai, pai coklat dengan marshmallow.
Hi, we're Upin and Ipin. Join us to support the 7 World Summit on Media for the 21st Century Children from 8 till 10 September 2014 in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Let's make it happen. For more details, visit wsmc2014.org.
Piala Dunia FIFA 2014 semakin rancak. Sambaria, program yang menghimpunkan kuis mingguan, kuis terkumpul, info dan bicara bola sepak serta pelbagai aktiviti menarik dibawakan untuk anda. Peluang untuk anda menangi hadiah-hadiah yang menarik. Jangan lupa, secara langsung Sambaria setiap Jumaat dan Sabtu 12.30 malam di TV2. Semarakkan semangat bola bersama Sambaria. Rio to Malaysia, mari bersamba.
And thank you so much for staying right here on Hello One Two with Constantine and Annie. And just to give you a little bit of what's to come, what we're going to be discussing on, people tend to go easy on their exercise routine during the Ramadan month. And of course, end up feeling heavy once Eid comes along. But there's no reason why you should not make the most of shorter hours at work and plan a workout to fit into your routine. Let me just give you a few right here. Okay. It is important to do cardiovascular exercises such as walking or cycling. This helps burn calories and improves one's stamina. Another one would be go for a low-intensity resistance training. It helps maintain muscle strength. So with that said, we're going to be discussing on staying healthy and fit during while you're fasting.
Yep. As impossible as it sounds, it is apparently very possible. What with our guest in the studios who's going to tell us a little bit more. Let's welcome, we've got Kevin Lewis, Club Manager of Celebrity Fitness in the house, along with Akmal on the other side, who's going to be showing us a little moves and, of course, fitness moves, not any other moves.
Exactly. Thank you. Welcome to the studio,
yeah,
man.
welcome, Kevin. Thanks for talking, joining us with Akmal.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jumping right in, literally. Why do you think, why or how do you stay fit when you talk about staying fit and healthy during Ramadan?
I mean, staying fit in the first place is about mindset.
All right.
Ramadan is just part of a routine. For me, if you ask, it's already in your fitness journey.
Yep.
If you ask me, if you want to stay fit, fasting dieting is already in the list, right? So when you are on a forced diet, right now the Ramadan is a forced diet, so it's going to be helping you to stay fit.
Okay.
It's going to be helping. It should not be stopping your journey. Yeah.
Okay.
So if you've been working out throughout for about 11 months, I don't see a reason why you should stop working out during your Ramadan.
Just to keep that momentum going, huh?
Yeah, exactly. Because to find time is all about finding time. We are talking about finding half an hour to 1 hour throughout your 24 hours to work out. It's not a problem at all.
Right.
The question is, everybody asks me, when should I fit in my time?
There you go.
Where do I fit in?
Yeah.
Right.
There's actually pros and cons. I would say it's a win-win situation. Whether you want to work out before you open your fast or even after, there is a benefit of both sides.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
No, I was just going to say that, it's very fortunate because Annie doesn't have to go to the gym to check out, to look at huge, muscular guy.
Just because Kevin's sitting here.
I do not consider myself in the huge list yet,
Okay.
I consider myself in those fitness
I
enthusiasts.
have to say, on screen just now, you look like a semi-Hulk there. Okay,
Yeah,
looking
and she
really
likes
good. There
it.
you go.
Yeah, and she likes it. Now, I was going to get at, do you see a lot of people going to the gym even though it's the holy month of Ramadan right
precisely. I do not see a reason why people stop. It's just that I've been hearing rumors like during Ramadan period you can't work out. I feel I feel weak and lethargic and stuff like that. I don't see a reason why one should stop.
Okay. All right. Now, we have Akmal also on set B. He's going to show us a few moves. So maybe, while he's doing that, we can also talk about when is a good time. I think that's what a lot of people are saying. Look, it's Ramadan. We're fasting pretty much the whole day. Buka puasa is at about 7:30. when do you fit in? Do you think it's good to do what Akmal might be doing before breaking fast, or should it be after?
Okay,
breaking
practically what Akmal will be doing right now is for those people who could not find time to go to the gym.
Mhm.
Right, but if
Okay.
you could go into the gym, you have a lot more variations to do.
All right.
A lot more. That's why going to the gym is always better
Okay.
than a home gym. But if
Okay.
you have no choice,
Yeah.
you can do this. What he's doing right now is practically bodyweight squats.
Okay.
Okay, there's do's and don'ts when you do squats. Is
Uh-huh.
that when he's doing that, he's pushing his glutes back
Yeah.
and it's going down.
Okay, when you say glutes, again, back to our viewers, what does glutes mean?
His backside.
Oh, fine.
There's glutes.
The muscles at the
Gluteus
back.
maximus,
Okay.
yeah. So he have to be pushing his glutes back when he do squats.
Okay.
So the wrong method of doing squats is that when you point your knees forward when you do squats.
Oh.
You know, when they go down,
Uh-huh.
they point the knees forward.
Right.
That is why people say it's injurious to the knee.
Okay.
Right. So if you do it in the right form, it's
Uh-huh.
one of the best lower body workouts.
So it's what, straight, legs have
Your
to be...
hands up straight. I mean, it's not
Hands-
necessary though. It's
Uh-huh.
just to keep you going.
Right.
Hands straight and then push your glutes back and look
Okay.
straight.
Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
the reason why I ask them to look straight is because when you start doing with weights,
Right.
Imagine if you're doing heavy weights, someday down the line you will be,
Uh-huh.
you do not want to bend your lower back. If you bend, there is a chance of getting your lower back injured.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so
Just like Neymar.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and this
Neymar
one
was
here.
a totally different case altogether.
Yeah, I mean, see, they should be physically fit.
Okay,
right?
okay, so
and this
he's-
one, what's doing here is push-ups.
Okay.
All right. So what he's doing there, he's contracting his chest over there.
All right.
Right. So a lot of them, when they do push-ups, they do not contract the chest muscles. When you ask them, where exactly are you feeling it? They're more on the shoulders.
Oh, I see.
So every single exercise when you do, you have to try to contract the right muscles you're working on.
Okay.
For instance, if he's working on the chest right now, he have to ask himself, am I really feeling it on my chest? Right. So contraction is very much needed. And this one here is more of a for females.
Oh.
For those who can't do it but with toes on,
Right.
they can do it with knees bent. Make things easier for them.
For-
As they keep doing it,
Yeah.
they will progress.
For women,
Yeah, of course. And eventually they'll start doing it with the toes on.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
that's
wow,
for push-ups.
amazing. Now, again, we were talking about when is a good time to do this and when is not a good time to do this on a full stomach. Because when you break fast, you do it on a full stomach. What is a good time to get into it? Breaking fast or an hour after, or maybe 2-3 hours after?
Okay, you see, you look at it this way. Some people, they choose to do it before we break fast.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
see.
the reason why is because when you are fasting for the whole day, approximately 10 hours, your glycogen level is very down.
Okay.
Right, there's a very high chances for you to tap in straight to your body fat.
Okay.
Right, so that's a win-win situation for those people who want to burn fat.
Right,
That's a
right,
win-win
right.
situation.
Is he planking?
Yes, he's planking right now. Correct. So that works more on his lower back and his abs. So what we do is we try to clock on the timing that they do.
Wow.
How long can they stay there? Still breathing in and out, not holding the breath, and how long can they stay there? This works more on those people who can't go to the gym. So we
see.
do have exercises that can be done at home, yet you stay fit. There's no reason why you can't.
And this would work on which
His core muscles, his lower back and his abs,
lower back
abdominals.
abs.
Yeah.
I see. Okay, interesting. And Akmal is one of your trainers.
Yes,
as
he's
well.
one of my dedicated trainers actually.
Fantastic.
No wonder he can plank that long. Okay.
And he's fasting and he can still continue on. With his.
he's
amazing.
right now training with me. In fact, he's training. He's my workout buddy at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
And I don't see any complaints from. Yeah, he do says that. Yeah, I feel hungry.
Right.
But that's not a reason for him to
Stop
skip fasting.
exercising.
Yeah, he's
Right,
doing
right.
it.
Thank you, Akmal. Thank you so much. Kudos to you.
Fantastic.
All right, so these are some of the exercises they can do, right? So you can do your planking, you can do your, your squats. However, for maybe men and women out there who have not really gone into full-time exercising, unlike looking as fit as Akmal and yourself, are these something that you would recommend regularly or just to warm up the body?
From what I see, I recommend every single members to do workouts at least 3 times a week. We are talking about results.
Okay.
We are talking. I mean, we humans, we want to see results. If there's no results, we think it's not working for
That's
us.
true.
So at least 3 times a week. All you need to do is about 45 minutes to 1 hour. If you really can't make it, half an hour of intense workout. It works. It definitely works because I do not believe anything above 1 hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I have a question. With all this workout and of course fasting, when you have the breaking of fast in the evening, what are some of the right type of food that
You should
workout
consume,
enthusiasts should go for?
Now, this is the biggest part. the fasting part was already good.
Yeah.
And then if you junk all over after 7 p.m., you just
Right.
wreck anything and everything. It doesn't make any
Your
sense.
nasi kanda lah, your
Yeah, exactly. But
rendang.
I'm not a believer of diets as well. I do
Okay.
not really believe in diet because diet has an expiry date. You
All
probably will do it for 3 months and then you give up.
Right.
And then you feel, oh my God, my life is sick. I don't want to do this anymore. Right? So,
I guess we should ask Akmal how does he buka puasa?
yeah, how exactly do you do?
What do you makan?
Oh, unfortunately, he doesn't have a
I'll
mic.
just repeat
Yeah,
what you
okay.
say. Nasi ayam,
And ayam percik.
and ayam percik. Now that's carbs, right?
Definitely he needs carbs. Without carbs, you can't do anything. Right? You need carbs, but I would go more on clean carbs.
Okay.
Rather than nasi ayam, I would rather go on white rice. I'd rather go on white rice. I mean, this is my way of looking at it.
Okay.
I'd rather go on white. I do not believe in, preparing real tight diets because I do not want to fill it.
Right.
I want to enjoy my life. At the
Okay.
same
course.
time, I think this is enough.
Okay.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Any other kind of exercises, Akmal, you want to show us?
Probably you can show them lunges.
The lunges, okay.
Okay,
This
for
is-
those of you who are watching at home, yep, we're discussing on this interesting topic right here, and that would be on how to stay healthy and fit during the holy month of Ramadan. And these are some of the workouts that you can perform, as demonstrated by Akmal right now, right here in our studios over at Hello on 2. What do we call this again?
We call this lunges. Actually, we have a few kind of lunges. We have static lunges, we have walking lunges. Since we have not much space over here, so we are performing more on static lunges. You do it on the spot. You change your legs, right? It's like, let's say I give him 20 repetitions, each leg 10 repetitions. It does
Wow.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
It works for females especially. If they're looking into losing body weight, want to look good, lower body especially, lunges and squats are one of the most important workouts they need to be doing.
Okay, now earlier I was asking you about, whether has the whole pattern changed during the holy month of Ramadan, whether people still go to the gym. But my question right now would be, normally your program, I believe that it would involve, heavy music, where people would, come
Oh,
on,
yeah. The aerobic sessions.
Everyone's enthusiastic about it, but is it slightly quiet now, or is it still the same?
Oh, actually, we are running a lot of promotions right now. Everywhere in the fitness industry right now.
Okay.
Ramadan is the best time to get into the gym because even economically wise, it's much cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
so it's the best time to get started. No reason why you
Right,
should
right.
say, it's not working. Yeah.
No, but do we hear the exciting music played at the same time, working out
It's
at the
going
same
on.
time? It's going on.
No, nothing stops them.
Wow.
For a fitness enthusiast,
Fantastic.
I don't see a reason why one would stop.
Right,
It's
right,
an
right.
excuse, yeah.
All right,
Okay,
so now you
great.
talked about promotions going on, and for our friends out there who may want to just grab them, give us a
Yeah, I
little
mean,
hint.
in celebrity fitness, we are running a promotion from mid of last month onwards. We have no joining fee for the members.
Okay.
And absolutely free membership from 15th of last month all the way up to end of this month.
Oh, okay.
So 1.5 months has been free membership.
Right.
So everyone who joins now, they save about $200, $300.
Awesome.
Quite a
Would
lot
you
of
be
money.
prolonging this for the end of the year or
It will be going on till the end of this month.
end of this month?
Yep.
Okay, and then you come up with newer promotions.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, Kevin, besides lunges, squats, you did your planking, which is really not easy to do.
Actually, it's about a routine. If you
It's
try
just
to do it,
getting into
it's a
it?
matter of time. It's all discipline.
Okay.
It's all this-
What about cycling, walking? Are these something that you would recommend? Because I know, Constantine, you were reading up on very basic exercises.
Right,
isn't it?
exactly. Early on, it was cycling,
They
walking
definitely
as well.
help. You see, 60% of your workout is based on strength training and functional training.
Right.
Okay. Another 40% falls into cardiovascular.
Ah.
So that can be cycling, can be running, badminton, swimming, or even all the classes that we offer in the gym. They fall into cardiovascular. But at the end of the day, it all depends on what is your fitness goal. Do you want to stay toned, or do you want to bulk up, or do you want to lose weight? You have to design your program accordingly.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I mean, because I can't put you under the shadows of myself. You definitely do not want to look like me. You probably want to be smaller,
I think he wants to look like you, Kevin.
I want to be just like you.
When he comes in, then it's a little more tougher.
I do get people saying not too big, maybe half of that.
Half of that,
Yeah.
okay.
So different people have different perceptions of how we look at things.
All
So how you should be doing it is you have to design your program.
Okay, so each person is designed.
Yeah, definitely. I can't put you under the shadows of myself. I have to design something that works according to what you want.
Ah, okay. But the promo that you have right now, is it a general promo, or as you said, is it a designed one for whoever that's registering?
So what's happening right now is every single member who joins Celebrity Fitness, they gets a whole month for free, and we give them 3 personal training sessions for free as well.
Oh, awesome.
For them to get to know what kind of workout they can do, they can actually discuss with us what is their goal, and we can actually alter the program for them. You know, from there, they will at least have an idea what kind of training I should be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Kevin, I just want to ask you this. Now, I think this goes out to a lot of people out there who say, once I start training, once I start doing exercise, if I stop in between...
Will I become fat?
Will
I see this coming.
I know, you know where I'm going, right?
Coming.
Exactly.
Okay.
But that's what people say.
Okay, I have to explain this. I've been doing this for about 11 years. A lot of testing, a lot of errors and everything. So based on my experience, your muscles and fats are 2 different layers. They can never convert to each other. It's not true. Okay? So what happens is that when I train so hard, I do not mind eating because I know tomorrow I'll be burning 1,200 calories anyway.
Right.
So I can keep doing this.
Okay.
But if I stop working out, I can't do this anymore. A day is fine, a month is fine, a year is not fine.
Right.
Right? So the fat layers is keep on accumulating. You can't see my muscles anymore. There's the whole fact behind it. So what people think is that he did weight training, he stopped and he became fat.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so this is totally wrong.
Okay, so you don't exactly get fat.
You do not.
Unless you binge on yourself and you just let go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
different.
mean, I can junk tonight because I know I will be burning 1,000 calories easily tomorrow.
Right.
But if I don't do this constantly like for a month, you will see significant difference. You will see my fat layers going up. You eventually can't see my muscle mass. It's not that they convert to each other. You can't see because the fat layers are thick right now.
Okay, question. Now, people tend to wake up early, especially during the month of Ramadan, to, of course, have their sahur. And, you know, let's take, for example, for those who, you know, have problems sleeping and all that, and, you know, they work out. I mean, does lack of sleep affect, you know?
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely lack of sleep will affect your workout because I recommend any members, if you are going into fitness, you have to be resting at least 7 hours a day.
Okay. 7 hours?
At worst, 6 hours. Sometimes I do not get sleep either. So 6 hours. At worst, 6 hours, yeah. You need sleep. That's why your body recovers when you sleep. And your body improves when you sleep. So there's no point working out 7 days in a week and if you do not sleep, you see nothing.
There's no point to
exactly.
Is it okay to work out, like, aggressively, and then right after you're done, you take a quick shower and then you sleep? Is it okay?
That's fine. But you need to be having...
That's fine. You do that, don't you?
No, that's fine. That is not going to affect anything. You know, but I do recommend you to have some calories. I mean, eating is not going to harm you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the right kind of proportion.
Exactly.
And the right kind
what
of food.
you eat matters.
Okay.
Yeah. And to talk about getting tired during Ramadan when you work out, because weight training, for example, if you go to the gym and you work out, weight training is never about how heavy you lift. You know, it's always about neuromuscular connection. A lot more into how you teach your brain to contract that muscles. So when you think about this, you never get tired. I do not go into the gym to prove anyone that I can lift 100 kilos. I go into the gym to work out and look good. That's the ultimate idea.
You're looking good.
So if you wanna look good, it's just about neuromuscular connection. Contract the muscles. When you do an exercise, you should know, am I working on that muscles? If you are not feeling it, something is wrong.
Okay, since you're here today, you know, I used to work out, but you know, I haven't been working out for a while.
You don't say.
But you know, I just want a tip right here because, like, you know what bothers me when you work out? You know, you have all the calculations in your head. You know, okay, I got to do a few sets of this, a few sets of that. But you know, like sometimes it would put me off if I end up losing count. So how do you keep track? Like, okay, I count 1, 2, 3.
For a beginner, normally we recommend them to go on a 15 counts and then drop it to 20 counts and 10. For me, I go to failure. If I can do 1 repetition more, why do I stop? That means my body could adapt to it and I could do it. I wouldn't stop.
Okay.
Right? I wouldn't really focus on, you know, too much on this theoretical thing. You know, like you've got to do this way. No, you have to do it on your own and see what works for your body.
All right.
That's the best.
Okay.
You know, because when you talk to a fitness professional, everybody gives you a different idea.
Right.
And some people say you got to lift heavy to go bigger. Some people say no, it's not about the weight. It's about connection with your brain and how you contract the muscles.
Nice.
So it's always about the way you feel it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for that tip.
Before we end and let you go, very quick tip to our viewers out there on staying fit and healthy.
It's a journey. If you want to look good, you want to look really impressive, please get into the gym and work out. Because if you want to see results, it takes some time. But it's worth the time. If everybody could transform their body within a month or two, it doesn't make sense. Everybody will look good. I mean, everybody will look good within a short period and you will not look different, right? So if you want to check it out, www.celebrityfitness.com.my. Free promotions.
All right.
Well, Annie, you know, I'm sure you wouldn't want this segment to end just
I
yet.
gotta do this. I gotta do this.
Right?
Bring me that hand. Okay.
See, I
you want to
told
be
ya.
like him, or you want to do
Yeah.
this?
You gotta start from somewhere.
You know, Annie would not want this segment to end, but unfortunately, you know, we have to end it and wrap things up. And well, Louise, thank you so much for coming on this.
Thanks,
on the
Kevin.
show.
It's been a pleasure talking to him. And yes, as Kevin mentioned, you can stay fit and healthy during Ramadan. You can actually make sure you look after your food as well as your body during this fasting month.
Exactly. Thank you once again to Kevin Louise, Club Manager, Celebrity Fitness, sharing with us staying healthy and fit during the holy month of Ramadan. And with that,
we end.
Unfortunately, right? I'm sorry, Annie. I didn't mean to end it so fast, but yeah.
Okay, he is taking the mickey out of me today, but it's okay. I'll let him do that. Meanwhile, for you out there, thank you so much for joining us. And thank you so much for staying with us at Hot right here today. We hope you had a great and informative day. Now, all you football fans, there's another game coming up.
Argentina versus the Netherlands.
There you go. I know a load of you are going to be glued to it. So, well, have fun. We'll talk about it tomorrow right here on Hello on 2.
Is to be with you. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala habibika nabiyika Mustafa. You came to me in a time of despair. I called on you. You were there without you. What would my life be? To not know the unseen, the worlds between. For you I'd sacrifice, for you I'd give my life, anything, just to be with you. I feel so lost at times by all the hurt and lies. Now all I want is to be with you. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Mustafa ala habibika nabiyika Mustafa. Showed me right from wrong, told me to be strong. Need you more than ever, Ya Rasulullah. You came to me in the hour of need. Need you more than ever, Ya Rasulullah. You filled my heart with love, showed me the light above. Now all I want is to be with you. You are